Hello, I'm Deborah Goggin with the Department of Research Support at A.T. Still University. In this presentation, I will summarize the current guidelines for determining who should be listed in the acknowledgments section of a journal article. To understand which individuals should be listed in the acknowledgments section of an article, it is necessary to know the current guidelines for authorship. The definition of authorship provided by the International Committee of Medical Journal Editors, or ICMJE, is recommended by the majority of biological and health sciences journals. For journals with a stronger focus on the biological sciences, the definition of authorship is based on recommendations from the Council of Science Editors, or CSE. Many journals and journal publishers are also starting to recommend that submitted articles follow contributor role taxonomy, or credit guidelines. To find out more about current guidelines for determining authorship of journal articles, please refer to our presentation on authorship, which can be found on the Research Support website. To better understand who should be listed in the acknowledgments section, let me quickly summarize current authorship guidelines. According to the ICMJE, all listed authors of a journal article must meet the following 4 specific criteria. First, the author had to provide substantial contributions to the conception or design of the study, or to the acquisition, analysis, or interpretation of study data. Second, the author had to draft the article or review it critically for its intellectual content. Third, the author had to provide final approval of the version of the article to be published. And fourth, the author had to agree to be accountable for all aspects of the study. Importantly, all listed authors have to meet all 4 of these criteria. So what if a potential author does not meet all 4 of these criteria? In that case, they are considered to be a non-author contributor of the study. By definition, a non-author contributor is a person who was involved with the study in some capacity, but they do not qualify for authorships. Perhaps the individual contributed to the study research question or collected data, but was not involved with writing or reviewing the article. Maybe the individual is a colleague who reviewed a draft of the article for scientific merit, but was not involved with the conduct of the study. When authors acknowledge the contributions of these individuals, they are being transparent about the assistance they received from others to complete their study. Some examples of individuals who are often listed in the acknowledgments section as non-author contributors are the following. An individual who acquired funding for the study, but was not involved with the conduct of the study. Without that financial contribution, the study could not have been conducted. The head or supervisor of a research group is often listed in the acknowledgments as well. Perhaps the study was conducted in the individual's lab, but they were not directly involved with the conduct of the study. However, their oversight or financial support allowed the study to be conducted. Similarly, an individual who provided administrative support for the study may be listed in the acknowledgments. Such individuals often facilitate the study by making sure that all required administrative tasks and paperwork, such as IRB approval or funding reports, are completed and that the study adheres to an established timeline. Current recommendations for good publication practices and for the ethical conduct of research require acknowledgement of individuals who provided writing or editorial assistance with the article. These individuals could be colleagues who reviewed the article for its overall content, or they could be professional, medical, or technical writing editors. Their contributions contribute to better understanding of the article for the journal's readers. Given the increasing use of AI tools and large language models like ChatGPT in research, current guidelines regarding the use of AI in research recommend that authors disclose in the acknowledgments section whether they used AI tools or large language models during the conduct of the study or with the writing and editing of the article. Some other examples of non-author contributors are individuals who are involved with the conduct of the study, but they do not meet all 4 authorship criteria. For example, a lab assistant who collected the experimental data should be listed in the acknowledgments. Without their assistants collecting the data, there would be no study to report. For human participants research, an individual who recruited participants or helped with collection of participant data would also be listed in the acknowledgments. Like a lab assistant, this individual's contributions are necessary for completion of the study. An individual who critically reviewed the study protocol or perhaps reviewed survey content for clarity and readability should also be listed in the acknowledgments. Although this kind of review does not rise to the level of authorship, this kind of contribution often improves the scientific merit of the study. Similarly, a scientific advisor for the study, whether an internal or external advisor, may be listed in the acknowledgments. Scientific advisors often evaluate the scientific soundness of the study or monitor the ongoing progress of the study to verify it is conducted according to defined protocols. More information about authorship and non-author contributors is available on the ICMJE website under Recommendations for the Conduct, Reporting, Editing, and Publication of Scholarly Work in Medical Journals. So what if an author wants to include an acknowledgement of personal contributors in the article? According to accepted practices, personal acknowledgments should not be included in this section of an article. Because journal articles are formal scientific documents, the article content, including the acknowledgments, should focus solely on the study and those who had direct involvement with the conduct of the study. Therefore, family members or friends should not be listed in the acknowledgments. In general, these individuals have not had direct involvement with the conduct of the study. Individuals involved with the peer review of your article, such as journal editors or peer reviewers, should not be listed in the acknowledgments. They are part of the publishing process and did not have direct involvement with the conduct of the study. Finally, authors should not list individuals or organizations in the acknowledgments simply to gain favor from that person or organization. Only individuals who were involved with the study in some capacity should be listed in the acknowledgments section. When acknowledging the assistance of non-author contributors in the acknowledgments section of your article, what should you include? To start, be aware that you can acknowledge the assistance of specific individuals or entire groups. For example, perhaps the entire administrative staff of a department facilitated recruitment and data collection for study participants. Instead of listing each individual separately, you could acknowledge the entire department. For each acknowledged individual or group, make sure to provide specific details about how that individual or group contributed to the study. Did they recruit participants? Did they collect experimental data? Did they edit the document? Were they a scientific advisor? Did they critically review the protocol or rough draft of the article? When individuals are acknowledged, make sure to include information about their degrees and credentials, such as professional certifications. By providing that information, readers can better evaluate the merit of their contributions to your study. When AI tools or large language models are disclosed in this section, make sure to provide the name and version number of the tool used. Also, provide specific details about the AI prompt or the text that was generated or edited. Finally, most journals and journal publishers require authors to obtain written permission or consent to be acknowledged from all persons listed in the Acknowledgments section. This requirement is necessary for transparency and good publication practices. It also gives readers confidence in the integrity of the conduct of the study. This concludes the presentation. We hope that this information about who should be listed in the acknowledgments section of a journal article has been helpful. Are you an ATSU faculty researcher? Do you have a research project that you would like assistance with? The Department of Research Support can help. Our staff can assist with research coordination and project management, statistical analysis, and manuscript editing. You can find out more about our department through the provided URL.